Hello, and welcome to Average Talks. This is episode number 22. We are two incredibly average individuals. I am your host, Austin, and again from the internet is our other host and my best friend, Justin. Say hi, Justin.
Well, hello there.
And we're here. It's another episode that I have not published yet, probably.
Yeah, I
Well-
feel like it might be necessary to say the date.
Oh yeah, today is 6/16/2020.
Yeah, because someone is like 6 videos behind.
Look, I'm only 2. I have them edited and mixed correctly. The audio and visual is good. I just forgot to upload them.
That's what they all say.
No, they're seriously done. They're seriously done. Editor Austin did his shit and he's on his work. But so we're good. We're good. It's just he forgot to upload them. Yeah. He'll do that tomorrow. How are you, buddy?
I am alive.
You alive?
Just-
It's been a rough week.
No, it's been a pretty chill week. It's just, I'm always alive, so yeah.
How's work been?
It has been good. It's been a lot
Good.
of sitting around trying to figure out what to do because I haven't had anything to do. Today I did have something though, so that was nice. I was able to actually do
some
something.
video stuff.
Yeah, I was actually able to work, able to
Nice.
feel like I deserve to be paid what I am.
Nice. Hey. I I have some work stuff to talk about later in the episode, but
Yes.
we
Yes.
we're gonna start off with our normal topics and normal bullshit of the average talks. You have the ultimate/fit/gamer hot pocket. What
Yes.
is it?
Yeah, so the slash fit thing, that's to clarify, that is referencing the 4chan board. Fit.
Okay.
It's a fitness board. I just thought that's a better way to title it is with the slash fit than just putting ultimate fit gamer hot pocket. I feel like it's a better meme.
Okay.
So every now and then when I'm looking at like high protein recipes and stuff, because that's usually what I like to do,
Mm-hmm.
I will come across videos on YouTube from this guy named Remington James. He's a fitness YouTuber slash bodybuilder kind of guy, and a lot of his videos, like a lot of his recipes specifically, are they are not things that he's made himself. Like I remember there was one video that a blogger slash YouTuber called The Protein Chef made. It was the macaroni, which I think I mentioned like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
He made the exact video, or like he made a video with the exact recipe and just didn't credit the dude at all. And then there was another video that I found of his that was the same exact thing. He completely copied the recipe, didn't give any credit. So I don't actually really follow this guy's channel or anything. Like I'm not subscribed. It's just kind of every now and then I'll get recommended a video because it's YouTube. And sometimes I find some interesting recipes that I am willing to try. This has probably been the first one ever that I've been like, I need to try that. And what he called it, because his thing for like high protein anything, especially if it's like not something that you would typically view as like a fitness food, he calls it anabolic. So like it's like in reference to like the anabolic window. You're supposed to eat protein within 20 minutes of your workout. That's a myth, by the way. Studies have shown that the anabolic window lasts about 48 hours. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So you really don't give a damn
It
after you
doesn't
deadlift
actually
some
matter.
stuff.
yeah, it does not.
Wow.
You do not need a post-workout meal. If you're gonna have a post-workout meal, it's just because you're hungry, or you don't need
Probably
to eat,
hunger.
Yeah, you don't need to eat high protein right after you work out. That's not necessary. But these were called anabolic burritos, and so I was intrigued
Ooh.
because it's pretty easy to make a high protein burrito. You just put chicken in it. That's pretty much fine. Like, I know a 3-ingredient salsa chicken pressure cooker recipe that I could. It takes me maybe 30 minutes to make, and then I got high protein burritos. But I wanted to see what he was making, and so he starts making it, and then I realized like a little bit of a ways through that it's just pretty much a pizza burrito. Like he just puts pizza ingredients into it, and then he
Really?
rolls it into a burrito, and he actually didn't botch his burrito rolling. Like he did an okay job. Like he definitely admitted that he's not good at rolling burritos, but in comparison to the Qdoba on my school's campus, he was amazing at it.
He didn't do the backwards side forward.
Nope. He did that. Like my only complaint with what he did was that he had the sides touch, which in my experience isn't as good as just folding it in a little bit less. But you'll see, like at like Chipotle and Moe's, they'll make the sides touch too. So like that's not like at that point it's mostly just personal preference. But he rolled a burrito, and like the whole thing with this, like the big appeal is that these ingredients, there's nothing that's cooked or anything, so it won't really go bad. And I was like, yeah, that's reasonable, because, like, I mean, he's right. It's just pizza sauce, tortilla, cheese, and pepperoni. I mean, it's going to go bad when the cheese goes bad in, like, a month.
Yeah.
And so he was like, you can put, like, 8 of these in your refrigerator and just grab them. And, like, what he did was wrap them in tinfoil, and then you either take them out of the tinfoil and microwave them, or you just leave them in the tinfoil and bake them in the oven.
Or the third option, leave them in the tinfoil and still microwave them.
Don't
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. This is Austin going, that was a joke. Please don't do that.
But yeah. So he made it, and then he heated it up in the oven, and at that point I was looking at it, I was like, I could probably just be cooked in a pan to like give it that like crisp on the outside. And so I was intrigued by that, and I was like, that's probably, if I make this, that's what I'm gonna do. And then he like cut a cross section into it, and I looked at it and I was like, that's literally just a Hot Pocket. Like all he did was make a Hot Pocket.
He made a Hot Pocket.
It's a homemade Hot Pocket. And so and then one of the comments was like, his recipes are basically like gamer recipes. Like it's the kind of thing that like some guy who puts loads of hours into RuneScape is like, that's the stuff that they'll make. And I was like, this is incredibly accurate. So I thought it'd be fitting to call them gamer Hot Pockets rather than anabolic burritos.
Yeah. Oh,
and
side note. Hold on. Continue. I do have a side note later.
Okay. But yeah, I ended up making them. And they're pretty amazing. It's like it's just under 300 calories for a single one, and it's like 30 grams of protein for one. So 300 calories for 30 grams of protein is pretty great.
Nice.
And yeah, it's actually it's pretty good. I've had 2 a day every day since like Sunday. And my only complaint with it is that in comparison to an actual Hot Pocket, it doesn't have as much bread because it's just a tortilla. Like if you could double it up with a tortilla or something like that, it'd be even better. It'd definitely be like Hot Pocket level, but it's still good, and I still love it. And I actually made one of them in quesadilla form today. Oh, and yeah, what I'm doing to make them is I put them in a pan, like to give it that like crisp, and that's definitely the way to go, because it melts all the cheese on the inside and everything. It doesn't light it on fire, and it only takes like a minute to do.
Or you zap it in the microwave with the tinfoil still on. Again, please don't do that. Don't blow up your microwave.
I actually do have a story with that. I don't know if you wanted to get into your side note.
The side note is I've been YouTube has recommended a lot of RuneScape content to me as of recently. I don't know why. Just
because RuneScape content's great.
Yeah, no, RuneScape content is fucking amazing. And I found a guy, you probably know him, or at least like know of his videos.
Swamp Man?
I don't know. I just hold on. I gotta look it up again. Essentially, he found a way to nuke people.
Oh yeah,
with retribution.
Yeah, that's Goody.
Yeah, Goody.
He used to be a Jagex moderator, so he used to work for Jagex, and then
really,
like he was a content creator throughout the entire time. If you look at his older videos, there's one of him going around as like in his Jmod account, and just random antics. Like he was following someone, and he's like, you are officially number 1. Congrats, your party's on the way. And and that was a meme that I did with my friends like all the time in like freshman year of college. I'd just like I'd start like leading them to something, and then at some point I'd just be like, and I heard that you were officially number one. They'd be like, God damn it.
But hey, I watched him nuke people in PvP servers. That was funny. Also, like him nuking the incorporeal or corporeal beast.
Yeah.
Like those are two good videos. He spends a lot of time playing RuneScape, dude.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's most RuneScape YouTubers. It's like pretty much a full-time job. I don't think that it is his full-time job to play RuneScape, but
No, but like, damn.
it's
Yeah.
when you play, you put a lot of hours into it. By the way, I'm playing right now, and the footage that is being provided to you.
Use
Is RuneScape.
RuneScape footage.
But don't worry, it's
Lovely.
Pyramid Plunder, so it's different than what you've been seeing before.
What the fuck is Pyramid Plunder?
You raid a pyramid basically,
Oh.
and you get tons of
it's a
thieving
pyramid
XP.
raid.
And,
Okay.
yeah. So before, what I was doing was Arty Knights, like Knights of Ardoin, and that was the loads of clicking, and it's tedious when you still fail it. Which for an account like me, I fail it until I get 99 in thieving. For most other people, like for anyone who can level up combat, they once they do, like, there's this thing called achievement diaries, and it's just like tasks that you do in certain areas, and then once you do a certain amount of tasks or a certain set of tasks, you can get like some sort of reward. You get an XP lamp for any skill that you want, and then also and then sometimes they provide extra perks, and you get an item that usually provides perks. And for Ardoin medium tasks, if you complete that diary, then you get an extra 10% chance of succeeding on pickpocketing that night. And
Nice.
what happens is at 95, you'll have there's like a 90% chance that you'll succeed with just the base stats. So
Okay.
so
and another
at-
10%. So
yeah, at 95 you never fail. But I'm not lucky enough to get that. So yeah, Pyramid Plunder is the best XP for me once I reached 91, and I reached 91 like a day or two ago. I think it was 2 days ago.
nice.
And yeah, it like when I was doing Arty Knights at level 90, like completely full on paying attention and like constantly spam clicking, I was getting about 160,000 XP an hour, which compared to all of the other skills that I've done, that's a lot. But then doing what level? Okay. But then doing yeah, I was trying to figure out what I was doing with Pyramid Plunder. Doing Pyramid Plunder though, I'm pretty much like, I wouldn't say AFK, because I'm definitely actively like playing the game, and every time you do it, you can only be in the area, or you can only be in the pyramid for 5 minutes. So you have to do everything as quick as possible.
Okay.
But me being inefficient with it, I like just right off the bat, I was getting 160,000 XP an hour. So
Nice.
it makes me feel like I'm not having to pay anywhere near as much attention, and
You can still bullshit around
yeah,
and like listen to videos or whatever, or
Yeah.
talk
yeah,
and
I
record a
can-
podcast.
Yeah, I can look away and stuff like that, and so yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And yesterday I was able to get level 92 and 93 in the single day. It was a 700k XP day, which
Jesus.
yeah, like it's at high levels, that's not a crazy amount for, especially for thieving, but
Still.
it's still a lot. It was still a lot of hours. I probably shouldn't have been playing that much. Valerie can attest to that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
I will have you tell your thing, and then I'll tell you my side note, and then yeah, that's how we'll alternate, because I remember because
Yeah.
before this, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
So how did you get in trouble for overtime? I understand that a lot of companies suck and do that.
Yeah. So, working for Publix, they don't want you to get overtime. They really just don't want to pay. They don't want to pay the extra money you get when you hit overtime. And back when the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, or COVID, started started going, no one was giving a crap about overtime. Like, they didn't care as long as you worked and you did stuff, because people were taking vacations or they were afraid of getting sick, while other people were like, I don't give a damn, I'll stay here until I die. Kind of working mentality. As long as you pay me. And even like around the holidays, they don't care. They don't care if you have overtime. It's just that you're there and you're working. But apparently that dropped off. And my manager was like, "Hey, Austin, how much hours did you get or how many hours were you scheduled last week?" 40. He's like, "How much did you get?" I'm like, 41.36. He goes, "Why? Like, are we caring about overtime?" He goes, "Yeah, we've been caring about overtime." I'm like, "No one's told me this."
It's like,
No
bro,
one's
where
told
was
me.
I?
Yeah. He goes, "All right, well, don't get overtime this week or I have to write you up." I'm like, "All right, fine." And so I took a 2-hour lunch.
Imagine getting in trouble for working.
I know, right? Like, this is bull. Like, I
But,
stay later, and
yeah.
it turns out not to be even worth staying later anyways, because I always do something wrong. I can never do
Yeah,
the right thing, you know? Like,
Yeah.
something's always fucked up.
I remember at Walmart, like, actually, I do have a story with that. When I worked at Walmart, my very first day, like, I'm typically someone where, like, especially, like, if I'm new to something, I want to show up early. And, like,
Right.
Yeah. And I want to say I was there, I think I showed up 15 minutes early. It's like, my mind tells me 5, but I'm pretty sure I was 15 minutes early, and I clocked in. And at that point, I was still doing, like, having to watch all the videos and stuff like that. I wasn't even actually working. And the HR lady, she was just some grumpy old lady. She's like, "Did you just clock in?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, you're scheduled to be here in 15 minutes. You have to, or now you have to kill an extra 15 minutes next time you're off." And I was like, "What? Okay." And from then on, I just found the ways to abuse the system, and like, because obviously all the workers know when's the best time to clock in and clock out, and
Yeah.
it was like 7 minutes before and after it was the earliest and latest that you could clock in without getting
In trouble.
without it like flagging anything or anything like that. But then my
Okay.
very last day, I just stood around for an extra like 15-20 minutes. I was like, take that, I'm gonna get my extra 30 cents.
Yeah. Yeah. But I feel like it is stupid. If you are working and you are working hard and you're not bullshitting around, you should be paid overtime.
Yeah, they just
You should be paid for the work that you set to do.
they just don't like giving you money.
Yeah,
they
give me
don't
money.
they don't like giving away money, right? Yeah.
It's not giving away money. You're giving me money to do a thing, and I'm doing the thing.
But they're giving you more money than what you've agreed upon. So because they're legally required to,
Well,
and that's
fuck
what makes
you.
them
I
mad.
don't know. Well, meh. All right. So I thought you were really happy with Ring Fit. What's your biggest issue?
Oh, wait, I want to get to that.
Oh, yeah, your
Yeah.
off-topic thing.
Yeah,
Or
so,
tangent.
yeah. Going back to tinfoil in the microwave. I have a
Oh,
story
God.
from my roommate my freshman year, one of my roommates, my freshman year of college, specifically the first semester because he was only there for the first semester. I've
Have we
told
talked
you
about this
him,
one?
right? I don't think so, but I have definitely told you about him, and there's a lot of stories about him. So-
Does his name start with a D?
Yes, I've told you about him. I definitely told you about him, but I don't think I've told you
Is-
this story.
Is his name also another name for a father figure?
No, wait,
Oh, okay. It's not dad?
no, there is no dad.
No,
There's
not
only
dad?
Mom.
Oh, mom.
But
Oh, I thought his name was dad.
no, there is no dad. I mean, technically everyone's dad, but that's not the point.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
This guy was he basically came to the school, which is like engineering and flight and just a bunch of autistic people, thinking it was gonna be college, like how it's portrayed in like movies and TV and stuff, where it's just everyone doing heck all the time. And this was the one school where no one is doing heck ever. And
Everyone is just trying to work and be successful
everyone's
at what they're
just trying
doing.
to not kill themselves is what's happening.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds like normal college.
Yeah, but But yeah, so it was like very first week. It was orientation like stuff, and there is a Chick-fil-A on campus, and he apparently decided to get an extra to have a chicken sandwich. Like he brought it with him into the dorm, and he was gonna eat it later. And then later came around, and apparently, I don't know where exactly I was. All I know is that there was like maybe not screaming, but like people being like, "What the heck?" And
Please tell me this idiot just didn't throw the chicken sandwich in there and turned it on the microwave.
he put the chicken sandwich in the wrapper, which is
Oh no!
it's lined with foil because it helps keep in the heat. And he didn't know that you can't microwave metal, so there were sparks, and yeah, that was one of our first interactions with him. I mean, that was definitely far from like the most intriguing interactions, and I could have tons of stories about him, but I don't know how much I want to talk.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
No.
He was a trip. But yeah. Your relationship advice, go.
Wait, I thought. Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah, now you follow.
Yeah, I follow you now. I follow. So in my search, and well, not really search, but
Search for love.
yeah, technically.
I mean, it's quite literally
exactly.
what it is.
It's a search for love and a search for companionship through these hard times and bullshit. This is Austin's relationship advice corner portion of the podcast. Podcast. Fuck, I can't talk right now. We have a podcast and we've done 22 episodes and I still can't fucking talk. Anywho, in my times, I have found that there are very few things that are very tried and true. And one of them that I figured out over my many attempts at relationships and whatnot, at least the starting of relationships, is if someone doesn't give you the time of day, then they're just not fucking worth it and don't have a heartache over them. 'Cause I was trying to talk to someone and they just kind of left me on red for what I thought was maybe a day or two, turned out to be 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, that's fine. You were cute. I no longer get to see you or talk to you again. I could text her, but I'm like, no, it's not worth it. She won't give you the time of day, man. Move on. So, if you have someone in your life or that you are crushing over or trying to seek a relationship in, and they just don't respond to you, do know that the feelings have to be mutual in a relationship and everything. You have to show some interest in them and they have to show interest in you. It can't be one-sided. And I felt like I had interest and she just didn't with me. So, yeah.
Girls are gross. Don't deal with them. Or don't touch them.
Says the man with a wife to be.
Well, right here. I take that back. Okay, actually, all girls except for Waff are gross.
What if we have girls who listen? I would say
Kippy's not human. That's okay. Okay, Kippy is human. Okay. Oh, gross.
What the hell is happening?
And Paprika.
Who? What?
And Becca and Possum and Chicken Butt. No.
Are these dogs and cats?
These are many animals.
Are these people?
Oh, Valerie calls them children.
Oh, children. Okay, understandable. The furry children.
Yes. Some of them
are
are
fluffy children. Oh, okay.
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy children. We can say fuzzy. It's fine.
Yeah.
Furry children are a different story.
Oh,
and
God.
That's bad.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Alright, no. But yeah. Relationship advice. If they don't show interest in you, don't have a heartache over them. Continue on. All right.
Yeah.
Now we can do the thing that I was wondering about. You said you liked Ring Fit. What's the biggest issue you found with it?
So I do like Ring Fit, and I'm still having a great time with it. However, I have run into two huge, like, glaring things where I was like, I don't like this. This upsets me. And
Really?
the first one, there was kind of a realization at the same time. Like, the second one happened first, but I didn't really associate it with it just yet. Or I didn't associate it as a problem. I thought it was just kind of like a little thing. But
blip.
yeah, so or where am I trying to start? So I've gotten till I think like World 5 or something. It's like 5 or 6. It's basically like you meet like the 4 like legends of the area that you are going to fight Drago with them. There's like 4 like super strong people, and
is this a story aspect thing?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's in the adventure
All right,
mode.
cool. I'm only in like World 2.
Yeah, so they
Spoilers for the Ring Fit adventure.
yeah, it's kind of spoilers. If anything, it's a warning, honestly.
All right, warning for Ring Fit adventures.
Because you'll get to a part where like you have to meet like the 4 like people. It's like someone is legs, someone is arms, someone is abs, and then there's another person who's like balance, which is basically yoga. And you start off with legs, and the leg person cleverly named Allegra, like all leg. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking Allegra, like the fucking medication.
Yeah. All their names are puns. I don't remember the arm guy. It's Armando and then Abdonis.
I like Armando.
And then I want to say, I don't remember if it's Gra Andma, like grandma, or if it was like just an Ann Moore reference. I don't remember now. But yeah, so your first one that you encounter is Allegra. She's all about legs. So like the first thing is like you gotta do like squats in the like running place, and like that's fine because it's like a mechanic of the game is like you do squats to jump on like a thing, and like or to launch you from like around. And so I was like, all right, yeah, whatever. And then what I like to do is I like to do all of the like the gym game things that the game has, like as I come by them. And one of them, or the one that was here, was leg circuit. It was only leg workouts.
Oh no.
And
that sounded awful.
What was it? It was the squats that you start off the game with. There's the leg raise things that that you unlock pretty quickly, like towards the beginning of the game. Then it was mountain climbers and thigh presses or whatever it's called. It's basically the hip abductor or adductor workout. The one that's like where you close your legs on the ring. But
I have not done that one yet, actually.
Yeah, that one's a little down or a little ways down. But it does a lot of damage. It's pretty great.
Huh, nice.
But basically, you fight like one of the gym robots. Yeah, you fight a gym robot, and it just scores you based off of how you did the workout. And I did squats, that was fine. I did the leg raises thing. I'm not a big fan of it, but I was like, it's whatever, I'll deal with it. And so I did. And then it got to the mountain climbers. And this is where this actually is the second problem kind of leaking into the first one. Because what I've noticed is when you do any exercise that doesn't use the Rincon, if you're using exclusively the leg sensor one, it has a horrible time like tracking it and accurately measuring it, and it is miserable. And
so essentially it's trying to figure out just based off of one sensor.
Yeah, and it the only thing that I've noticed that it has that it's able to track well is squats. Everything else, like if it's like you have to lay down and do this, like if you do planks, like the movement for planks is like moving your hips up and down, and it doesn't register it. Like I did planks the first one, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do planks. Planks are decent, and which I've now more learned that they're not as decent as I initially thought they were. The problem is they're just not a very engaging workout. But
You just stand there, or not stand there, lay
Pretty
down
much.
there.
pretty much, yeah. It's I mean, there's a reason why the guy who got the world record for planking was able to get it. He was just sitting on his phone the entire time.
Yeah.
And
Didn't he do it for like?
it was like it was either 4 hours or 8 hours.
God,
It was a long time.
God.
But but yeah, so that, like, I was doing the mountain climbers, and I've done a lot more than it was saying that I did, and I was like, what the hell, it's not registering. And I was actually getting frustrated over it. And then, like, I would just like tough it out. I would try to figure it out and get through it. And then when it came to leg presses, I mean, my legs were tired, but I was fine. And with this whole leg circuit thing, I don't think it actually goes by your actual difficulty setting level, or if it does, it's set slightly higher than what you normally do. And there's no fast workout thing for it. So when you're doing squats, every single one of them is the hold, is squat hold. And when you're doing
those
when you're
suck.
doing like the knee press or thigh squeezes, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's all holding, and so it's definitely exhausting. And then pretty much immediately after that, I think I did like one extra little thing, but it was like a short, like, little battle or something. And then Allegra's challenge is you have to get through the area with only leg workouts. And, like, it's automatically set for you. It's leg workouts that she, quote unquote, chose for you. And I was thinking that it was going to be like the leg circuit, where I haven't unlocked mountain climbers, but it was an option that I had. And so I was thinking maybe I was going to have like some extra leg workouts that I haven't done before, and that'll be cool. Maybe at the end I get to unlock one. No. So far I've unlocked 3 leg workouts. You know what choices I had?
Squats.
I had those 3 leg workouts.
Jesus. So we're just doing
Squats.
those 3?
Yes. Squats, the, like, knee raise thing. It's basically like think like the dynamic warm-up with, like, the bringing your knees to the Rincon. Except you have to do it, like, at a rhythm and, like, fast.
Ugh.
And, like, that one, it's not bad. It's just,
It hurts.
no, it's not, like, hard to do or anything. Like, it's just annoying to have to do it at a rhythm and everything. And then the thigh press one, that one, over time, it starts to hurt. But when you're only able to do those 3 workouts, it starts burning a lot. And it gets really exhausting. And none of them, like, have you, when you got into it, were you able to attack, or were you able to unlock anything that attacked multiple enemies with one thing?
I did, I think.
Because,
It was like one of the arm things that I could do with multi-hit,
yeah, I want to say it's the front press.
probably.
Yeah, because that's, yeah. So yeah, like, there are, like, most skills, or most, like, workouts usually have at least one of them, like, most, like, body portion that you focus. And, like, at my level, like, that's pretty normal to see at least one. The leg one only has, so far, from the 3 that I had unlocked, at this point I've unlocked a 4th one, but the 3 that I had unlocked all only attacked one target.
Oh,
And there
no.
was a time where there were like 3 targets,
Oh, no.
and it was really frustrating because
That seems rough, buddy.
it made me mad because it was, not only did I just do the leg circuit thing, like, the positioning of that is horrible. And, like, the fact, like, I get that it's optional, but the way that I play is I like to do all the side stuff, and then I get to the next like,
Yeah.
story part. And so it was that, it was just focusing legs immediately after I had just done a large thing focusing legs. And
You did more
so-
leg on top of leg on top of leg on top of leg.
yeah, and then the fact that I didn't get any, like, there's nothing special about the
Side quest.
yeah, or about, no, like, or about the main mission having to unlock, or having to go through the area with the 3. I thought I'd get an extra ability, or at least one attack that I
Yeah.
could use differently.
Or
Like,
something.
having being stuck to use only 3 workouts is very like miserable. It's a lot better to have even 4. Like 4 is a good dispersal where you're not alternating between the 3 every single time, or you don't feel like you have to alternate between 2. And so yeah, that was my first big complaint where I was like, this makes me upset. And the second
What's the
one,
second complaint?
the second one isn't as big, it's just ongoing, and it just makes me go like grr while I'm in the middle of playing. And it's the sensitivity with the
Joy-Con.
controls.
Yeah.
With the Joy-Con, like the leg Joy-Con and the Ring-Con sometimes. And so, like the leg Joy-Con, it's always anything that if I have to lay down and like do something, it's not working. If it's like a lunge or a like doing the yoga poses, like if it's a lunge like that or something, it works perfectly fine. But anytime that I don't have the Ring-Con in my hands whatsoever, and I'm just laying on the ground trying to do a plank or anything like that, it does not pick it up. Or like it'll pick it up, but it will sense it as weak. And I actually ended up doing that leg workout thing yesterday again because there was I got like an extra 300 gold for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, hey, I'll just whatever, I'll suffer through it. And that time I was like, I'm gonna try to like help the sensitivity by completely exaggerating my mountain climbers. I was literally pretty much jumping between each leg movement. Like it was ridiculous, and it still wasn't sensing it. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I lean up to look, and then it does like 3. And I was like, what? And so that was a big frustrating thing. And then also my problem with the Ring-Con is just the courses. Like the way that they have the courses set up is sometimes there'll be like you press down on or point the Ring-Con down and push in to fly. And there's a lot of times where you'll see that you have to fly like last second, and then you don't have enough time for it to point it down, it to calibrate and realize that you're pointing it down, and then jump. And then there was one, I think I ran into it yesterday or the day before, where it was like a series of like ramps that you could like hover to and like get to a higher level. And I got the first one, then when I tried the second one, it didn't work. And I'm like, what? I kept this thing pointed down the entire time. And that's the big thing. Like, I've realized that if I see something that looks like I might have to jump, or if I might have to jump at all, I have to point the Ring-Con down like several in-game feet before, like 30 feet.
So like you have to prepare a year in advance.
Yeah, and it's frustrating because sometimes the camera doesn't help you at all and makes it a lot more difficult. And so yeah, I mean, I'm still having a good time with it. It's still a very well done game, but those complaints or those issues have made me be like, it just kind of ruins some of the fun.
Yeah.
Like,
I will say I never had a problem with the leg not calibrating anything. Like
that's because you haven't done any of those exercises yet.
Well, I've done the squats and the
squats works fine.
What should we call it? The leg thingy.
Which one? The leg bringing knees to chest?
Yeah.
Or, that one works fine too. The ones that I have noticed that don't work well are things like mountain climbers and lunges.
Well, all right. When I get mountain climbers and lunges, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, when I get my thing or my copy of Ring Fit Adventure, which by the way, I don't know how much you acknowledged what I sent you after I told you that I finally was able to order one, but I'm gonna give you the new ones because you're not gonna want the knee thing or the leg
it's sweaty.
Because I so that it doesn't slide, I wrap it around my leg under my shorts, and which isn't affecting the sensitivity, by the way, because it's tracking motion. It's not tracking the infrared or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or it shouldn't be. Maybe it is. That'd be a horrible way to measure that.
That would
considering it has an accelerometer in the Joy-Con. but yeah, so I don't know what's happening.
You'll give it back to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the new one because the one that yours is just covered in sweat and it's really gross. And I could wash it, but I could just
give me the new one.
Like, yeah, because I can't wash
fair.
the Rincon, which I've sweated all over too. You don't see it, but it's
Yeah, you feel it. You can feel the grime and yuck. Yeah. It's all right. It's all good.
So yeah. Tell me about your calendar.
Okay. Why'd you gotta say it like that?
Because how you've described it already.
Okay. So, there's a YouTuber I watch. His name is Major Kill. Major Kill does a lot of Warhammer and like 40k and Warhammer Fantasy stuff. Mostly 40k things, which is fine. I don't know a lot about the world. I'm learning it through an Australian who doesn't give a fuck about what he says, which is amazing. Because he will say every word that we shouldn't say, but I love it. Like, he doesn't. He's doing it all in the good spirits of things. Like, he stays away from like hard words, essentially.
Yeah.
He calls everyone the C word, which is pretty funny.
Well, yeah, it's just Australian.
Yeah, it's just Australian. And usually at the end of his videos, he's like, "Oh, subscribe to my Patreon, you get some fun stuff." I'm like, "What does fun stuff entail?" And it's a lot of Warhammer hentai, like commissioned Warhammer hentai. I'm like, "All right, this is pretty great. I'm not gonna subscribe. I've never dealt with Patreon, so I'm like, I'm not gonna deal with this. So I'm gonna leave this alone." But then, about like 2 months ago, he goes, "Hey, I've commissioned enough people, and we've made a calendar." And I'm like, "What? There's a calendar?" He goes, "Yeah, and the first 100 people will get signed." And I'm like, I'm not gonna get assigned to one. I do like this guy a lot. He's pretty funny. I like his personality and junk. His live streams are. He did a live stream of playing Warhammer Space Hulk, which is your Space Marines in Terminator armor fucking up some Tyranids, which is great. And think space bugs that want to eat everything. That's a Tyranid. And his whole live stream was great, and I loved it. He's also doing good to animators who essentially make a lot of the animated stuff for Warhammer 40k. Like the guy who he recently did a thing where it's like, who would win between Doom Guy and like an Astartes, like just a Space Marine, and he got someone to animate it. And during the live stream, his next live stream, all donations went to the animator, like on top of what he already paid him. So essentially, it's like, hey, these people enjoy your content, man. Here's some money, and thank you for like doing what you do. And he's a big supporter of the people who do animated content. And I was like, I like him. I just like him. He's got some good causes. He's funny. He says a lot of words that probably shouldn't say, but it's all right. It's fine. It's all in good fun and faith, and not like being like malicious with it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Calling people cunts is funny. Sorry.
Yeah.
But and he goes, yeah. So done these, and like weeks went by, and he goes, all right. So I'm down to my last 100, and I'm gonna sign them and leave comments on stuff. I'm like, oh, I need to get one. So I paid for it. I paid for one of his calendars, and it will be showing up relatively soonish. I looked at the thing, and it's like, oh, it's gonna be here in blank days. I'm like, all right, cool. Apparently, we also send you a digital copy of the calendar, which is essentially all the fun bits. And I'm like, do I want to look at this now? Probably not.
You have to shamelessly hide or hang it in your living room or something.
I'm not gonna put it in the living room. I'm gonna keep it in my room.
Shamelessly hang it in your room.
No, fine. What do you mean shamelessly?
Just leave it or put it in a place where everyone sees, and anytime anyone asks, just be like, yep, that's mine. I did that. This exists.
I think I am gonna put it like next to my door. So the people are going to be able to see it. I did spoil myself slightly. I saw the April one because I'm like, I gotta look up like my month, and it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I never thought of looking at the Adeptus Mechanicus that way, but all right, cool. Which, I don't know. Maybe I show you later or not, because you. Hello, Waff.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. Oh, yeah. All right, but yeah, that's my calendar. Let's get into the general topics and things that is our housekeeping, and we'll go into entertainment, and then probably wrap up. Because I feel like that's what we got for an episode.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to quickly talk about in topics?
Nothing I can think of.
Okay. Well, this is the Average Talks podcast, and you have made it to the housekeeping portion of our episode, where we talk about our Instagram at Average Talks Podcast, where we post nothing, and hopefully get some DMs, which also are probably empty and bare. We also have a Dear Average segment where you give us advice, we give you advice for your questions. Whoops. Well, spin that around. And you send those questions to their Gmail which is averagetalkspod@gmail.com. All these links will be in the description below. There's also our Discord link. Come shout at us and say hi. We post memes and sometimes post when our episodes go up. So not for a while. Babatosh has always done our intro. Thank you for him. His Twitch link will be down below. He's awesome. He's currently not doing anything because his internet is still out, which is awful.
Oh my god.
I know, he's got like 2 more days and his internet might be back. But he's also like looking to move, and I hope he moves because he's not in a good place right now. Love you, Babo. Get better. I hope you're in a better place by now. There's also the
not
Twitch
dead.
link. Yeah, no, not dead. Not dead. Better house or apartment or living situation. The living part is what needs to be in bold. There's our name for our episode. Living part in bold. Hold on.
Yeah.
Have to type that down to save that.
Oh.
We also have what do we just call her, Valerie? Her Twitch is down below as well.
Yeah.
She does Animal Crossing content and other stuff. What is the other stuff she does?
She actually, in more recent news, we don't need to put her stuff on it anymore because she said that she's gonna not do it and she's gonna be giving me the Delgado or Elgato, whatever it's called.
Oh, cool.
So if there's gonna be streaming, it'll be me. But
Cool.
I don't intend on streaming. I intend mostly on just having it for screen capture.
Nice. All right, never mind then. We're gonna sneeze
Same.
violently. And yeah, that is our housekeeping, and we are now gonna roll to our entertainment section.
Yeah.
What you been doing, buddy? How you been entertaining yourself?
RuneScape, Modern Warfare 2, rinse and repeat.
Any new videos or anything, or like anything wacky that caught your eye?
Kinda.
Hit us with it.
Trying to make sure that there's nothing else first. But so I have always wanted a scythe, and
Okay.
like for like gardening, or not gardening, but like cutting grass, like mowing a lawn, like instead of mowing, like just.
I thought you were talking about Grim Reaper, like I want to go reap souls kind of scythe.
I mean, it is a Grim Reaper scythe. It's just,
yeah, not the tiny
actual
one.
Tool.
Yeah, the actual tool, not the costume prop.
Yeah, and so I've always wanted a scythe, and Valerie has known this because they're pretty much amazing for mowing a lawn. In some cases, you can do it faster or you could mow a lawn faster with a scythe than you can with a mower.
Really?
In most cases, or in some cases, I wouldn't say 100% of the time, but there are instances like in a lot of cases, it's a scythe is able to go to places or go in places that a mower can't. Like you can cut it, like right next to a tree. You can cut down bushes. You can cut down large, like really tall grass that a mower would need. You need something else to like shorten the grass first.
What is
Um,
okay, hold on. Sorry, I have to like. What does a modern day scythe look like?
like an old day scythe. The
Okay.
ones that are like that everyone says to get is I don't remember what it's like scythe something. It starts with an S. It's an alliteration.
Okay.
But they're Austrian, and it's basically like those are the ones. Those are like the gold standard. I mean, you can find like old antique size that have like the bent look. That I mean, if you go to like a Cracker Barrel, you can usually see one on the wall.
Yeah.
Those are like the old American size. Those are they work, but they're apparently not as good. Like they're not as efficient. And it's mostly because of the weight. They have very heavy blades. And these Austrian scythes are like 3 pounds. Like
Huh.
they're incredibly light. And so and they're specially made to your frame. So like you submit your actual like height, like your height and arm length and stuff like that. And then they build the I never remember what they call it. It's like a sheath or something like that. Like snith or I don't remember what they call it. The handle part. They
Okay.
they actually like drill a hole specifically to your like size so that it'll fit perfectly for you. And yeah, with one like that, like it's a lot of work, but I'm getting a phone call. There. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely not as bad as it might seem. Like there's very few YouTubers that you can, or very few people on YouTube they could find actually scything properly, like in a way where they're not gonna just be wearing themselves out.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was one guy he's just using only his arms, and you don't want to do that. It's basically like think Finding Nemo, the little like octopus squid girl thing, the You Guys Maybe Ink one.
Yeah, that you're like
like
spinning.
Yeah, where she says like, especially when I whirl them around like this, you basically do that motion with your arms, except you're holding a scythe, and that's how you scythe.
Like you,
And
I think I found a video, the Australian scythe style. Hold on.
I'll find you the video of the guy who like does it very well.
Okay.
And oh god, I'm gonna die. Okay.
No die. No death.
I'm trying. But yeah, so I've been watching scythe videos. At first, like I watched the video of, or because I watched what am I trying to say? Because I watched the video of the guy showing like how this other dude scythed extremely well. It recommended another video of his, which was like him actually using a scythe himself. And at first, like when he tried that dude's scythe, he was like, "It's not that great," but it's because it wasn't fitted to him. And so when he used one that was fitted to him, it was life changing. He's like, "I want to cut down everything forever." And like the video is literally just him going around his house and just cutting things down. And yeah, so been some scythe videos. I'm trying to remember what else I watched. I gotta go into
So you're telling
Back
me
onto
you
the
want a scythe for your birthday?
no, I'll probably get one sooner.
Okay.
Honestly. There's this YouTuber that Valerie and I discovered named Weeby ENT. It's a black dude who watches videos of Karens and people being racist and stuff like that.
Lovely.
Did you see what I linked in Art and Music?
I saw it. I did not go and like watch it.
Listen to those two songs. The artist is MC Virgins, and it's
Like the
basically
name
like
already.
Kodama. Like they're
Oh, okay.
it's pretty much just like Kodama with the same like style of music, and I hate that they bop.
You hate that they bop,
They are absolute bops, and I hate it.
which means, wait, see, So you don't like it that it's good, or is it just like, is it cringy? Or
No, it's. I don't know how to describe it. You just have to listen to it yourself, and you will understand why I hate that it's so good.
God, I want to like just stop what we're doing right now and listen. Okay, hold on. Continue doing your things.
Oh, there's also just been another random YouTube channel that I discovered called Marcel Voss, and he has a bunch of videos on Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, and I've just been like, YouTube randomly recommends his videos, and they're so, I guess, intriguing because he talks about all the mechanics of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. And I don't even have Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. I have 1, and I've played 3 before. 2 is the only one I haven't played, but it's basically just a more fleshed out version of 1. And it's just so in depth with all the little mechanics and everything with Roller Coaster Tycoon. I don't know if you're laughing at me or that song.
No, I'm laughing at you.
Okay.
At you. That's pretty great though.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have anything else. Because the only games I've been playing is RuneScape and Modern Warfare. And yeah.
Well, I finished a book. I finished Kinslayer, which is like one of the last books of the Godric Gunnarsson or Felix and Godric series. And you learn something very depressing in the like last chapter. And yeah, it kind of fucked me up for like a day.
Oh man.
It completely changed my view on a character. And which I was like, I really love this character. He's great. He can't do any harm. Ah, fuck. Like, just that immediate, like, 180. But it's all in character, and it's like, I understand now. Like, I get it. But I also went out of order in the books. I've listened to, which is essentially the first one, which is Troll Slayer. You're then supposed to go to Skaven Slayer. I jumped to Kinslayer, which is like book 13. So I'm like, oh, this is bad. But it was so good. And I was like, oh, I just want to go to book 14 now. It's like, fuck book 2. But I went back to book 2, which I like in Skaven Slayer too. But still, it's like, ugh. I just, it made me feel. I've also been playing a lot of Raft. Raft is a fun game.
I've seen it, and it looks mildly intriguing, but it doesn't look like the kind of game I'd play. At least not the kind of game I played for long.
It's better with friends, I will tell you that now. Like, me and Drew are playing it, and with me and Drew, we're both, like, I want to say autistic in the sense that once I get my mind set on a goal, I will do that thing until the goal is complete. Like, we need a lot of wood. Okay, I will just sit here and fish for wood. Like, use my hook to catch wood, pull it in, and just put it into this chest. And, like, fend off the raft from the shark we named Bruce. Like,
Sounds like you'd enjoy RuneScape.
Huh?
I said, sounds like you'd enjoy RuneScape.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I will give RuneScape an honest try one day.
Okay, we're gonna have to do it while in voice chat because I have to get you to not give up.
You gotta get me off Tutorial Island.
Yeah.
And then maybe, who knows?
Tutorial Island sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it does. I think I remember giving up halfway through on Tutorial Island a few times in my younger days.
It's very tedious for no reason at all.
Well, that's
but
stupid.
It does give you a decent idea on how to play the game.
What else? Other than Raft being fun, I know my next project, like my big project of like stuff I want to do. Because essentially I'll be getting a new desk table situation. But in the meantime, since I'm getting a new one or a new desk, which will be longer and better and I'll be useful, I then get to work on this project, which is I make a how do I make a fucking link out of this? It's essentially how to make a table for Warhammer and like Age of Sigmar and like D&D stuff. Like it's a big old table and it's supposed to be like a topper essentially. If I send you the thing, I can show, like, you'll get a better idea. I'm putting it into art and music. But, like, it's that green bit. Like, it's the grass. It's the mountains and everything. Now, will it be labeled with, inches and whatnot? No. But it will be awesome looking. And that's what will make me happy. But, like, he goes through step by step on how to make this stuff. And it's roughly only going to cost me like $70.
Nice.
Which, to get one professionally done for you, was going to be like 400, 300. Oh, yeah, no, the fucking price skyrockets. So I'm like, all this needs is like 4 cans of spray paint, some PVC edge pipe thing deal, 3 things of purple foam installation, some little mini trees you get off of Amazon and some other stuff. I'm like, this looks fun. I'm gonna make a thing. So yeah, that's my project. I will hopefully be working on that sometime tomorrow, if not Thursday. I really hope we have D&D Thursday. We've been like skipping these past 3 weeks because it was first COVID bullshit. Then, not rioters. I don't want to say rioters.
Protests.
Well, it was not even protest. It was people that like could physically do harm to Publix and my other buddies, like our DMs Publix, because they're in the center of town, where the protests were high, and there was a lot of talk of like things being broken and whatever. None of it came to pass, but still, like, people were afraid and yada.
Yeah.
And so we stopped 1 week because of that, and then last week we stopped because he got scheduled for a late shift instead of a morning shift, and that kind of fucked everything. And we're like, dude, what the fuck? He goes, I usually can switch with people. My other guy was like, no, I need the morning, do the morning shift. And he's like, nah, fuck you. But nah, hopefully we play this week. If we don't, I'm going to be sad. But yeah, I think that's everything. Oh, one last thing. Did you see that the Twitter verification got changed?
Nope. Is that like a whole thing, or is it less of a thing now?
It's less of a thing, essentially. Here's how it works. You can give someone a verified check mark if you have one. Like, essentially, it's like...
That sounds awful.
Yeah, no, it's awful. But I watched Alpharad and Alpharad Plus, and one of the jokes was, like, I think Alpharad is verified on Twitter. He could give it to Joe, who is not verified on Twitter. But essentially, you can, like, trade it back and forth until you get verified. And then you both get verified, and they're talking about how to cheat the system. And I'm like, what kind of stupid... things can we get verified? Like, can we make a burner account that has like a single tweet saying I am Breadman, and like Breadman becomes a thing? Just yes, you're verified now. Cool. Like, it's just silly to me. But yeah, that's the only thing. Oh, I painted I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week. My kit bashing thing. I finally painted the dude. Like, I kit bashed, put them all together, painted him. He looks fucking sick as shit. I don't know if you've seen it. You're on Bobo's Discord.
I am, but I never go into it.
Okay, well, I will find the picture, and I shall send it to you at some point. But he's a 40k Space Marine that has the helmet and the power pack.
I'm
on
looking at
an
it now.
Age of Sigmar model, and it is nice looking.
It does look pretty nice.
That's not even the updated photo where I have like him all like highlighted and everything. He look really nice now. But yeah. That's what I've been doing. Yee.
E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it, because I gotta pee. The normal thing of, I feel like we're done with podcasting because I have to pee.
Yeah, we have to end it quickly because I only have like an hour and 20 minutes of footage.
Oh, okay. Then here we go.
I mean, we're at an hour and 7 minutes. We're not actually rushing.
Oh. You butt.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everyone, for making it this far. And thank you for making it to the end of the Average Talk podcast. We love you. Please send us things. We need comments, emails, something for our Dear Average segment. If not, it's going to be Austin's relationship advice. You don't want that.
Honestly, that sounds pretty fun. Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to do Austin's relationship advice until we get some Dear Average stuff. So, yeah.
Yep.
We got to switch some things around then. But, yeah.
Because it's always best to get relationship advice from the person that you wouldn't expect to get relationship advice from.
Exactly. The guy not in a relationship.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Why is that? Like, what? Why?
I guess because it's like an outside-in kind of thing, whereas
Maybe?
when you're in a relationship, you're just kind of in your own. I mean, you got your own thing going on, and it's like fine.
Yeah, you might have like rose-tinted glasses and everything, but
because like once you're in it, you're just like, yeah, it's easy.
yeah. Well, it's my turn to do it this week. You have anything to add, Justin?
I think I do actually, because yes, I do.
What you got to add?
I have an entire topic to talk about.
Oh. Why didn't you do that during topics?
Because I just remembered.
Okay, fine.
So, remember when I talked about exclusively games dying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's slightly more dead now. Basically, the writers or some writers, not all of them, got an email from exclusively games staff people saying that they're not accepting any more stories as of June 1st, or as of May 31st. And there have not been any new articles posted since May 31st. And so at this point, it's basically like, yeah, it's dead. But now we just have a community that's like just extended off of it. So we have the main server still, but like, and that's where people mostly talk in. But now we also have an extra like quote unquote clan server that's that we just
Is it Anarchy?
It's like we still kept the same rules. It's just slightly less enforced, and there's containment channels. So like if you want to post a political meme, there's a specific channel for it.
Okay. I'm not even a part of that like server anymore. So
I'll invite you to
no
the clan server.
I don't.
Wait, you don't want to be the clan server? You don't want to look at some spicy memes?
Actually, no. I do like spicy memes. Send me that link.
They're pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need to go into the main server anymore. And at this point, no one is promoting the main server. Like I've officially switched over to just being like, this is the only server I'm gonna promote. But you gotta be a bro to get into the clan.
How bro-ish do I need to be?
I don't know. You just gotta.
All right, I'm in. I clicked one thing. I'm in.
Yep.
All right.
You can look at some spicy memes.
Yay, spicy memes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's been an episode. Thank you for watching or listening to the Average Talks podcast. Well, that has been the Average Talks podcast. And we are two incredibly average individuals.